merrily down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily,
I've been working on the railroad, on the railroad. Ooh, ah, working on the railroad. I'm working on the railroad all the live long day.
Hi, I'm Penn, and this is my partner, Teller. We're Penn and Teller, and this is a show about music. Now, when you think of music, you think of melody. The melody is the part of the music that you remember. It's the part that you hum. This is a slide whistle. My partner, Teller, is going to play you a melody on the slide whistle. But what is a melody? Well, a melody is a sequence of musical notes, individual musical sounds that follow one after the other in a line. Hit it. Well, I guess that is a melody, but it's a pretty boring one. Yeah, in most melodies, some of the notes are higher and some are lower. Now, on the slide whistle, this is a higher note. And this is a lower note. But you have to be really good to get all the notes in between. That's why Teller and I invented the stationary slide whistle. With this Penn and Teller invention, you can use a slide whistle to play any piece of music ever written. Oh, look at this. All my favorite songs are here. Isn't it a beautiful thing? You see, we have high notes and low notes and all sorts of notes in between. Hit it. Not bad. It would sound even better if you put in some little silences. In music, these silences are called musical rests, and they are also part of the melody line. Musical rests will be played by a yam. Hey, that's better. But also, in most melodies, some of the notes are longer, and some are shorter, and some are in between. Great. So, you got it? A melody is a string of musical sounds and silences. Some of the sounds are high, and some are low, some are long, and some are short. And occasionally, there are rests in between.
It must be neat having a dad who's an inventor. Dear Jimmy, throw away your key. I've invented a new way to get in. All you have to do is listen to the doorbell, write down what it sounds like on this music paper, and stick the paper in the slot. Also, there's a surprise for you inside. Love, Dad. My turn. Let me try. Neat. The surprise is in the refrigerator. Love that. There's another doorbell. We have to do the same thing we did on the front. Neat. Who ever heard of a doorbell on a refrigerator? Chillin'. Not bad. But I was sort of hoping for ice cream.
We realized that our stationary slide whistle is too bulky and not versatile enough. So instead, we've developed this new system in which every one of these keys is hooked to a string which will signal one of these kids to blow into a slide whistle. Hit it! We're still working out some of the final bugs. Some people ripped off our idea, made a few little cosmetic changes, and called it a piano. Now, Alan Toussaint is making his career off our idea. You're about to meet this guy, Alan Toussaint. He's a pianist and composer from New Orleans. He's been composing melodies and songs since he was a kid. Lots of them are hits, and his songs are played everywhere.
Southern night, if you ever felt a southern night, free as a breeze, not to mention the trees, whistling tunes that you know and love so. Southern skies, just as good even when closed your eyes. I apologize anyone who can truly say that he has found a better way. Oh, yes, now. Southern Night. I wrote that about my childhood, and I kept it in the sort of peaceful vein because it felt very peaceful out there. Really relaxing, and I could feel the evening breezes and all of that kind of things like out in the country. How about us putting a melody together? Melodies are based on tones that come from scales like do, re, mi. And in these tones are many melodies and many combinations. Instead of going, using the same notes. Let's talk about how melodies become actual songs. Do you have wishes and dreams, like certain things you'd like to be in your life, or would like to have, or would like to see?
Well, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up, but I also want to be a famous piano player because I play piano now. I really want to be a famous piano player.
Well, wonderful. You have a desire in your heart already. And you, Zoe?
I want to be a ballerina, a dancer.
Wonderful.
I want to be an actor, lawyer, or a psychiatrist, or all three.
Good. When I was a child, I had dreams, and I dreamed all the time. I was quite a dreamer, but I was busy playing the piano because I jumped on my dream and took this ride with it. dreams are dreamed to come true. They're not given just to entertain you. Now that's the beginning of a song. So then we begin to pick a melody for that. Because it could be anything. It could be dreams are dreams to come true. Okay, let's find another melody. Dreams are dreams to come true. Would you prefer?
Second one.
That second one? Okay. How about dreams are dreams to come true? How's that?
I like the second one.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, all of those are melodies, but we can choose the ones we like. They're not there just to entertain you. You can have your heart's desire from a flame to a fire. I don't know about that. You can have your heart's desire. Go from a spark to a fire.
Yeah.
You like that? Okay. You can have your heart's desire. Go from a spark to a fire.
Yeah.
But you must have a dream. What do you think about that?
Perfect.
Okay, let's do it. Dreams are dreams to come true. They're not given just to entertain you. You can have your heart's desire. Go from a spark to a fire. But first, you must have a dream. That was good. So let's let that rest for a moment.
Yeah.
How do you take these little patterns, these musical ideas, and build a musical line or melody? There's a musical idea. One thing composers do is they take that little pattern, that musical idea, and they repeat it. Repeating something is a pretty simple idea. But by doing this, we can give our melodies some shape or form. Oh, when the saints idea come marching in. Repetition. Repeating an idea makes it stick in your mind. Another thing composers do is they take their musical idea and they change it a little. They vary the musical pattern. So you have ideas and variation. Oh, when the saints idea come marching in. Repetition. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Variation. So you can take a pattern, you can change it a little, vary it. You can repeat it again if you want to. Let's try another melody. Pop goes the weasel. Set. All around the cobbler's bench. Idea. The monkey chased the weasel. Variation. The monkey thought it was all in fun. Idea again. Another thing you can do is take your musical pattern, vary it, repeat it, and then do something totally new and different. And now, what do you have? Pop goes the weasel.
Hi, Aldo. Up to your usual tricks?
It's my new act, Eddie. Rope twirling. What do you think?
Well, it's nice, but do you do anything else?
Anything else? What more do you want?
Well, just repeating the same patterns is boring. You have to keep the audience excited.
I suppose I can do this.
Great, Aldo, great. Now combine that with the first one.
Hey, this is fun.
Now try another variation, Aldo.
How's this, Eddie?
Now back to basics.
I think I get it. You have one basic theme, and then you add some variations.
Right. But then you build to a big finish.
Then I can do this, and this, and this. How's this, Eddie?
Now, take it home, Aldo.
Ta-da! Like this, Eddie?
Great. Don't forget to put the wash back on the line when you're done, Aldo.
What? Oh.
Idea. Variations. Repetition. New ideas.
Dreams are dreamed to come true. True is a little longer. The reason we write music on paper is one thing for our own memory many times, and most of all, so that others can play it. It's like if we had 10 musicians, we just give them all a sheet of paper with it on it, and they can read it like one would read a paper or a book. So that you can have your heart's desire go from a spark to a fire, this high note here. So this is our chorus. And for the verse, rather than to start in the same place to be redundant or to be repeating myself and becoming boring, I started here. The journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. And I started down here so I could move upwards, so I can begin a journey. I wouldn't have wanted to stay here. Because I'm not going anywhere. It's no, you don't feel journey, you know? So I thought we'd feel a journey by starting it. Yeah, and after I've established that, then we can come back and say things like... And this sort of leads us on to where we're going. You hear that? And now it's ready. So we understand what happened with that melody. That we altered, we did another kind of melody. We made another kind of melody out of the same notes, however, to establish the verse as opposed to the chorus. So when we get to the chorus is still grand in feeling. And that's the difference in the verse and the chorus. In writing lines, sometimes I'll use things I hear people say to each other. Do you know any old sayings?
Old sayings? Well, you want to ask my grandmother?
Yes,
She's got one for
like
every
that.
occasion.
Absolutely.
Let's see what I can remember. All right. One, let's see. You never know till you go. When you go, then you know.
I like that a lot. We can use that in a song. Suppose we put them together this way. We'll start out with the journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. Isn't very far from here to anywhere. You never know until you go. And when you go, then you know that through a dream you were already there. Yes. In fact, I think in the piece, I'll sing the verse, you'll sing the chorus when it comes around. journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. It isn't very far from here to anywhere, but you'll never know until you go. And when you go, then you know that through a dream you were already there.
Here's another melody played by jazz musicians Jane, Ira Bloom, and Bobby McFerrin. Listen as they improvise, play with the melody. Sometimes so much that you can't even recognize it.
Okay, I'm ready when you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. In going into the studio with a song after you've written it to record it, we rehearse over and over and over again with musicians. If you have horn players, you'll write horn parts for them. And for all of the musicians, you write on parts for them. Brian, make a note here when we get to that F9 chord. You can go to your cymbals, ring, 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 for a whole bar.
Oh, I see the. Okay. The
bar and a half.
All right, okay. I got you.
Horns at the alphabet D. When you make da, 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 da. Try and get out the way just in time for the backbeat. Da, bum, bum. 1. We rehearse it many, many times, and when we think we've got it, then I sing the words to it. You can have your heart's desire, go from a spark to a fire. But first, you must have a dream. It all begins with a dream. Yes, first, you must have a dream. You must have a dream. You must have a dream. All right.
Okay, Toussaint, pretty good. I guess we should finish ours. After you've created your melodic pattern and done your repetitions and done your variations and added new ideas and their variations, it's really good to have the whole thing build to a big climax. Keep on thinking!
Southern nights, if you ever felt a southern night, free as a breeze, not to mention the trees, whistling tunes that you know and love so. Southern skies, just as good even when closed your eyes. I apologize to anyone who can truly say that he has found a better way.